So I'm making these review videos for you because we weren't able to do it in class. I wanted to be able to kind of talk through a little bit that lengthy bit of notes that I gave you to hopefully clear things up if you were unsure. So that being said, I'm going to do just a couple examples of random sampling. Okay, so first off, we have a convenient sample. So convenient samples are the type of samples that are, convenient. If you're at a mall and there's a bunch of people and you need to do a survey, they're easy for you to go up and use as part of your survey. So it really depends on the question that you're asking these people to how successful the survey will be. Because, if you're asking people in a shopping mall, like what their favorite, brand of art is or something like that, they might not be the best people to survey, but they're convenient. So I'm going to take a convenient sample of 50 states, of the 50 states. So, and I'm going to take 5 states as part of my sample. So I'm going to look at this map. I'm just going to write down the first 5 states I see. Okay, so Illinois, Iowa, North Dakota, Montana, Oregon, California. All right, you take no time at all, and then you just write them down. So I don't even remember what I saw. What did I say? Illinois. Oh my gosh, Sarah, capitalize it. Okay, Illinois, Iowa, Montana, Oregon, California, I don't remember the other one, Texas, I don't know, first thing that came to my head. Okay, but this really here is a convenient sample. You see, and then you just write it down. Okay, it was in front of your face, so that's what you got. Okay, next what we have is the hat method. So with the hat method, that is a little tedious, okay? That's where you're going to write all the 50 states on little pieces of paper that are all the same size and throw them into a hat or a box or whatever makes you happy, and mix it up, and then just pick 5 from that box. I'm not going to have you guys do that, but just to let you know, that's how it goes. Next, what we're going to do is the calculator method. So I have included a video with this on how to generate random numbers on your calculator. However, I have instructions on how to do that right here. All right, and then these are the instructions that I'm going to follow as well. So because I'm making these videos at separate times, I'm just gonna pretend that my calculator generated these numbers. So 13, 2, 7, 25, and 30. Okay? So now these numbers are going to correspond to our states. Okay? So I'm going to look at my list of states. All right, and then I'm going to choose the states that correspond to the random integers that I pulled. Okay, so Illinois is 13, Connecticut is 7. So I'd go back and I'd go, okay, Illinois, 7 was Connecticut. And then I'd pull 2, 25, and 30, okay? But hopefully you get the gist. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to use the random digit table method, all right? Or as in your notes, I was referring to it as table D. So you must be able to explain how to use a random digit table on your AP test. So you really want to make sure that that you know how to use it. You're also going, okay, got it. So, basically what I want you to do is explain how to select 5 states using a random digit table. So first thing that we want to do is we always want to make sure we label, okay? You want to label your states. And then also something that's really important is you want to look at the max number that you have, okay? So the max number for our states is 50, and that's 2 digits. So that means that all of our numbers must have 2 digits. Oh, 2 digits? 2 digits. There we go. Okay, so when we use our random number table, all of our numbers must have 2 digits. And then another rule that you need to remember for the random digit table is that you want to make sure that if you have any repeated numbers, you skip them. And if you have any numbers that are outside of the range, you skip them as well. Okay, so for example, if I have these are the states. So if I pull 90, we skip that number. Okay, so here's how I would use a random random digit table to select 5 states. So first I label all of my states 0 to 50. As I label them, I make sure they're in alphabetical order. Because my greatest number is 50, all the pieces of data will have 2 digits. And then using the random digit table, we'll look at every 2 digits. We'll skip numbers that don't fit, numbers that are greater than 50. And we're also going to skip repeats. We're going to stop once we have selected 5. The alphabetical thing is just me being extra. You don't really have to do that. Okay, so now it says, now use your procedure as you described to do this. So I'm going to show you how to use this random digit table. So basically you can start in any row. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to start right here. And I'm just going to look at every 2 digits. So my first 2 is 57. Does that fall into the, remember I'm looking from 01 to 50. Okay. So no, it doesn't fall in. What about 45? Yes, 45 does fall in, so that's my first one. Then I have 57. Does that fall in? No. 24? Yes, that's my second one. 55? No. 93? No. 94? No. 90? No. 30? Yes. All right. 17? Yes. That works. 33? Yes. All right. And essentially you just keep doing that until you come up with 5. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the numbers that I have are 45, 24, 30, 17, and 33. If we needed to pull more data, if we wanted to select like 10 states, we would keep going. Okay. So now we're going to take these numbers and we're going to figure out what states correspond to them. And we're going to use that table back up here, all right, that we were using for our calculator method. So here we go. Next, now you're going to just be given a blank set of data. So it's like I have a list of workers to select for a trip. I want to select 5 to represent the company at a seminar. So first thing that you want to do is label. Okay, so notice how it looks like I have more than 10. So I'm going to make sure that or I guess more than 9. So I want to make sure that I use 2 digits, okay? So when I label these, I'm going to go 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, okay? Second is we're going to remember, choose our method. And then that last bit is we're going to, method, figure out our exceptions. And last bit is we're going to select. Okay. So explain how we're going to do it. So I labeled all my workers. I assigned them the numbers 0 through 15. Using a random digit table, I'm going to select 5 workers. And then I'm going to skip repeated integers and also integers that don't fit my data. Okay? So now I'm going to use my method that I described above to select my 5 people. Okay, so remember, I am looking at numbers 0, 1 through 15. Okay? So I'm going to go through my random digit table. It doesn't matter where you start. Okay, here, I can start here. 78, 16, no. 1, so that's my first one. Then I have 73, 11, that's my second one. 24, no, 68, 88, 73, 81, 00. Well, we don't have anyone that's 0, so no. 25, 77, 63, 15, that's my next one. 69, 87, 53, 41, 28, 1. Now, I got 1 before. All right, that was my first one. So I'm going to skip it because I'm going to skip repeated integers. 48, 32, 17, 65, 43, 59, 57. And so you just essentially go through this until you have 5 pieces of data. All right, 03, 06, and I think that's my 5. So I have 1, 11, 15, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, I went over. And 3. Okay, so now I'm going to see which of the workers correspond to these numbers, and those are my 5 that I picked. So I have Alan, I have Ian, I have Olivia, and I have Charles, and I have Kathy. All right, and that is how you use a random digit table.